Willowgate Estates was the kind of neighborhood where perfection was a rule, not a choice. The lawns looked painted, the fences always white, and the people smiled only when they needed to. Ethan Cooper had lived there for 5 years, keeping to himself, never breaking a rule. Or so he thought. To the HOA President Margaret Hale, Ethan was a stain on perfection. She fined him for small things, his dog barking, his mailbox color, even the shed in his backyard that once belonged to his father. Each fine came with a letter, each letter colder than the last. One morning, Ethan found a red notice taped to his front door. "Final warning," it said. "Remove unauthorized structure within 72 hours." That shed was his father's memory, his only piece of the man who taught him everything. That was the day Ethan decided enough was enough. He wouldn't fight back with words. He'd fight with proof. From that night on, he began to watch. Every evening, Margaret's light stayed on late, long after everyone else slept. Trucks came and went quietly from her house, carrying boxes, but nothing ever came out. Ethan hid a drone camera behind her property, recording everything. What he found made his blood run cold. Beneath her perfect wooden deck was a trapdoor leading underground. Hidden lights flickered under her home as workers moved old electronics, wires, and chemical drums. Margaret wasn't just a control freak. She was running an illegal e-waste operation. The HOA fines, the maintenance fees, the repairs no one saw, all of it was money laundering. Ethan knew he couldn't just go to the police. She had friends everywhere, even on the local board. He needed to be careful, so he played along. He showed up at the next HOA meeting, smiled politely, and even offered to help Margaret organize her records. Her pride made it easy for him. She gave him access to the HOA office and even let him handle documents. That's when Ethan found it. Fake invoices, hidden USB drives, and records showing over $300,000 marked as community maintenance. The payments went to fake companies, all linked back to Margaret's relatives. Ethan copied everything and waited for the perfect moment. The HOA summer barbecue arrived. Hundreds of residents gathered in the park, eating, laughing, unaware of the truth. Margaret stood on stage, holding a microphone, smiling her politician smile. "This community is safe because of rules," she said proudly. "We protect our homes from those who don't belong." Ethan, standing near the sound booth, connected his laptop to the projector. With a single click, Margaret's photos appeared on the big screen. Hidden basement shots, the workers, the barrels, the fake receipts, and a bank transfer labeled HOA Fund. The crowd went silent. Margaret froze on stage, her words dying mid-sentence. Within minutes, the police arrived. Someone had already called them after seeing the evidence. They searched her house, found the basement, the equipment, the documents, everything Ethan recorded. The news spread like wildfire. "HOA President arrested for fraud," the headlines read. Weeks later, Ethan stood in his backyard, rebuilding his father's old workshop. The air felt different, lighter. Neighbors who once looked at him with suspicion now greeted him with respect. The HOA was dissolved, replaced by a volunteer group. For the first time in years, Willowgate Estates felt free. Then, one quiet evening, Ethan found an unmarked envelope in his mailbox. No return address, no stamp. Inside was a flash drive. He plugged it into his computer, curious. The screen flickered to life. Margaret appeared, wearing a prison jumpsuit, sitting in a dimly lit room. She looked straight into the camera, her voice calm but cold. "I wasn't the only one," she said. "You've started something you can't finish." The video ended abruptly. Ethan sat frozen. Then he noticed something strange. His laptop camera light was on. He turned toward the window, and for a split second, a red dot moved across his chest. The screen went black. Outside, somewhere beyond the white fences and trimmed hedges of Willowgate Estates, a car engine started and slowly drove away.